Yes, we can see it.
Yes, thank you. Let me bring this up. Okay, so today's webinar meeting is in regards to the Title 4B2 reporting requirements. If you are a new agency with us for Title 4B2, I will be reaching out to you individually to go over the program information portion of the title, the Title 4B2 program. Everybody else that has been with us, you guys have received it. It will be posted. The PowerPoint will be posted also for your review. Nothing has changed other than, no, nothing has changed, but we are enforcing the fact that we need unity numbers or referral numbers for the programs that are applicable to those. Okay. My name is Yaracet Anaya Lugo. I am the program specialist for GMU for the child welfare programs. In our agenda today, we will be talking about the requirement of collaborating. I'm going to take off my camera so that I can widen this. So we're going to talk about the collaboration requirement with child welfare agencies, compliance with the state and federal laws, evidence-based and evidence-informed programs, connecting and updating your information with Nevada 211, the requirement of getting involved or getting parents involved in our leadership efforts that we've done, and I'll talk more about that, any required trainings, and the protective factor surveys that are also mandatory for those programs that service parents. If your program services youth, children, this is not a requirement. But if you are offering services to parents, we need to make sure that you're capturing this data. Also, we're going to be looking at the reporting database. The reporting database has been down since yesterday. I will check today and I will make sure that IT is working on this, which I know they are. Collaboration and partnerships is very important. And we will talk about how we track, how you guys track recipients' progress and how we track your progress. So that all of you know, these are the agencies that have been awarded funds for State Fiscal 23. Okay, you have an agency, for example, Baby Bounty, and FSS means Family Support Services. So Family Support Services are being offered by Baby Bounty. So if you have a family that needs diapers, needs any type of services for their newborn or their babies, then you can definitely contact Baby's Bounty or refer them to Baby's Bounty. This is very important, and we are really pushing for all agencies to collaborate with each other. If you see, Baby Bounty offers family support services. So if they come across a family that needs, you know, their kids are separated or one of their child separated, then she or people from Baby Bounty can definitely look at this list and say, hey, let me send you over to, you know, Bridge Counseling. They do, you know, they do counseling for family reunification. Or let me send you to East Valley Family Services, see how they can help you to reunify with your child. Definitely, we want you to know and be able to capture the clients that you are serving so that you can better assist them. So it is very important that on your intake process, you are able to identify that you are servicing families in the system. When you find out that the family is in the system, then you know that this family is going to need more than just diapers in this case, or, you know, so this is a big push this year. We started it last year. But we're really enforcing it this year. So this list for you is very important. Please utilize it. Please have it handy so that you can, these are going to be your partners. These are going to be your partners so that you can better assist our families. Now, it is a requirement, it is a mandatory requirement that all sub-grantees collaborate with the child welfare agencies. And I'll go more into this. Compliance with federal and state laws, you know, obviously our grant instruction requirements are GERS is what we go through, and they are on our website. I will also check out our website so that you know where to find and locate some of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about. Evidence-based and evidence-informed programs. This is a must. We have been doing this in the past years, making sure that our subgrantees have an evidence-based and evidence-supported program, such as parenting program, any program that you are implementing. We encourage, we are more than happy to work with you guys so that you can be able to offer an evidence-based program. It falls with Family First. We are also really pushing family first on all of our programs. So if you don't have an evidence-based program and you are interested in getting one and you need assistance, you need whatever it is that you need, you know, we know that they're expensive, they're not cheap, but they're necessary. So please reach out if you do not have one. I believe all of ours have an evidence-based program. So if any questions, please reach out to me. Nevada 211. Nevada 211 is a resource available to all Nevadans where it's access. They can access it here as I'm showing you. You come in here and they are able to say, well, I need to be connected with the resource. I have a COVID question, or I have a symptom, and it'll tell you where to go, and it'll tell you what agency is offering what. If you need housing or shelter, you know, it's all here. It's all available. This system is going to be useful only if we as subgrantees register with them and update our information. One of the issues that I hear from 211 is that they'll have a service listed from an agency, but there has been changes. They moved addresses, they changed numbers. They no longer offer that service. So the people that are accessing 211, they're not getting adequate information, current information. So we do ask that every year our subgrantees checks their information and makes sure that 211 has updated information on your services and agencies so that our subgrantees can access that information accurately. Required trainings, program 101 webinars are available. It will be posted as of Monday. And like I said, if you are a new agency, you will be contacted individually by me so that we can go over the program requirements, program expectations, and make sure that you don't have any questions regarding what you should be doing and not doing, or any questions that you may have. I may be able to answer them there, or I can always come back with an answer. Same thing with new agencies. For the request for reimbursement trainings, you should already have been contacted with your grants manager. And I know that they have been working with you if they're having any issues. So if you have not, please reach out. As soon as you submit your first RFR, request for funding, they will be contacting you. If there's any issues, they will be contacting you if you're a new agency, just to make sure you understand the process. Either John Aragon or Michael Guerra will be contacting you when it comes to payments. The Protective Factor Survey trainings are already up. They're the same trainings that we offered last year. And those who are new, once again, will be contacted by me so that I can create an account on our database, Protective Factor database, so that you can enter your information and we can access it. It's a database that can be useful to your agency. You can pull the information, you can assess the services, you can assess what your recipients are saying they're lacking, they're in need, what their progress has been. It's a great tool for us, but it's a great tool for you as a subgrantee. And any technical assistance, any technical assistance comes with the Protective Factor Survey, which I need to create an account. I need to make sure that you have your logins. I need to make sure that all your other your team members also are able to log in. So I will be doing that on all our new subgrantees. If you are not a new subgrantee, but you don't have a Protective Factor Survey account, we need to chat. Again, I will repeat what I said in the beginning. The Protective Factor surveys are required only for agencies that are offering adult services. If your agency services the youth and the minors, you do not need to have an account for protective factor surveys. These are done on adults. Reporting requirements. There is a quarterly report, which obviously quarter one and quarter two will not be quarterly, as I am doing this training in November. But I am asking that this quarterly report gets, for quarter one and two, gets done in January 15th. So I'm asking for those 2 quarters to be submitted that day separately. So I will need a quarter one entry and a quarter two entry for all your agencies. They're due the 15th of the following month of the end of the quarter. And I have a table down here for you to easy grasp. I was just informed that somebody tried to check our login and it wasn't working. And I checked it too. I checked it yesterday and I checked it today, this morning. And it's because our system is not, it's not up. And let me check right now while I have you here. Make sure that is the issue. See, it's not logging us in, but I will definitely make sure this is up. And as soon as it is, I will let you know. Something happened with our system yesterday. All of our whole system was down. But I will make sure that we have that. Okay, so your report link will never change. This is last year. It was so complicated. It was very complicated. I made it very complicated. I had a report for each, if you had all 4 programs, you got to do 1 report. I'm not doing that this year. This is going to be your link for the entire year. And it's not going to change. The report will not change. Because the middle of the year, last year, I was changing. It's not going to happen. Okay. So I will go into our information. We use this data that we get from our reports to make sure that you met your scope of work. Okay. You give us a scope of work. We need to make sure that you did service the number of recipients that you said you were going to do. So we do use this data to tie it back to your scope of work. This year, like I said, we will be enforcing our unity number reports, okay, or our referral number report, and I'll talk more about it later in this PowerPoint. Okay, so we're going to go over some instructions. The report is simple. It's similar to last year's, but much more simpler. I hope so. This is our reporting table. Okay, so quarter one, July 1st through September 30th. It's due January 15th. October 1st and December 31st. Quarter two will be due January 15th. And quarter three will be due April 15th. And quarter four is due July 15th. The format of the report is similar as of last year's. Easy. You put in number one, you put in your agency number. Okay, number two, I did see some discrepancies last year where they were putting different numbers on the award. For Title 4B2, your grant number should start with 93556, and then it has a year, and then it has a number. It needs to look like this, okay? It needs to start with 3556. If you have more than one funding under Title 4B2, let's say that you are receiving funding for family support services and family reunification, you're going to enter the number for family support services and family reunification. So you should have 2 numbers. If you are granted for 4 services, you will put all 4 numbers here separated by a comma. Okay. And number 3, you're going to check the service that you are offering. This report, like I said, this report will not change. So you are able to submit 1 report for all programs. So you will check as many programs as you are currently awarded to offer. Number 4, like I said, I would like to have a quarter 1 report. So by January 15th, you're going to say quarter 1, and you're going to enter all this information for quarter 1 only. Then you're going to resubmit a quarter 2 report, so I can have separated data for you. And again, when it's quarter 3 time, you're going to go into the same link. You're going to be able to do quarter 3 and you're going to be able to do quarter 4. Report changes. The changes are that I included all four quarters in the same link. You can expect that no changes will be made to the report during state fiscal year 23. I will not be going in and be like, oh, I forgot to ask. That's not going to happen. You will only be able to enter one quarter at a time. Okay, so quarter 1 and quarter 2. And then you will have to submit quarter 3 by your due date and quarter 5 by your due date. So which means if you want to go in before July 15th and you want to do quarter 3, it will not allow you. It's going to be locked because it's not time. But you will be able to do quarter 1 and quarter 2 because I unlocked those. Okay, please do not combine the information in one report. Please do not give me one report where you're putting quarter 2 data and quarter 1 data. I need separate reports, and I'll explain this later in the report. Okay, report changes. All submissions are quarter 1 and 2. Our submissions are due the 15th of January. Okay, if you look at this screen, at this picture right here, we have data for all programs. So let's, for example, case management. Case management is a program that is offered on all programs. So you will see question number 1, all programs, which means you're going to consider this question for all programs. Does your agency provide case management services? You're going to say yes. If you have 3 programs, but you only offer it on one service, it doesn't matter. You do provide case management. Okay?
Okay.
Then we're going to talk about family support. So I'm asking how the number of families who receive case management under family support. So if you are providing 4 services, you're providing family support, preservation, reunification, and promotion, and adoption promotion, you're going to answer, and you're offering case management on all 4, you will need to answer all 4 sections of this program, of case management section. But if you're only doing family, let's say you're doing 3 and you're only providing family support services case management, you're going to enter information on family support section and you're going to enter zeros for all the other ones. Okay. One big change on this report is that all boxes need to be answered. If you check right here, I have here required. All questions are required. If you do not answer all questions, you will not be able to submit the report. Okay? And I'll explain how they need to be answered. So report responses. All questions included in the report are required to be answered. The questions that are not applicable to your agency, please mark NA, not applicable. Okay? Some of the things I was seeing last year is NAs were entered when they wanted to say something and no's were entered when they wanted to say something else, but it didn't indicate. I couldn't really read what agencies were trying to do. So here's how we're going to interpret that. If a question regarding a service or a program is not a service that your agency provides, you're going to say not applicable. Not applicable will be interpreted as your agency does not provide a service or program or activity. You don't provide it. That's a not applicable. Let's say that the question says, do you provide respite? And that's a service you don't provide under this funding. You're going to say not applicable. Okay. When should I mark a 0 in a response? A 0 should be used as a numeric response when your agency has no data to report. Please note that all questions must be answered. Therefore, zeros will need to be entered when responding to many of the questions. For example, your total service numbers, recipient service, the new recipient service number, household factors, race and ethnicity, gender, and age. So all your demographics are going to need to be entered with zeros. For example, I will answer that question in a minute. For example, okay, we have 26 subgrantees, okay? but you only have 8 males and 16 females, 2 transgenders, that's 26. Then the rest are going to be zeros. You have none that not responded, none that you track them, and not 0, 0, 0. So it's going to end up 26. The report does not auto-populate or calculate for you. Okay, so you need to make sure that you're making sure the numbers match. And if you don't make sure the numbers match, I will make sure when I pull the data, I will make sure that what you really meant, because I can do that. But please help me with that if you catch it. Okay, a 0 should be. I think I repeated this. Okay, so here's another gender example. Okay. Again, you have to, it needs to add to 26. You tell me which ones you do have and the number of demographics that you do want to report. Anybody else that we are asking and you didn't count, or they were not in your agency, you didn't have any of them, you're going to do zeros. Okay, what if I have no data to report for a service that our agency does provide? Okay. If you're responding to a service that your agency provides, but you have no data to report for a quarter, you will mark your numeric responses with zeros, but your program response should be marked yes. This means that your agency provides a service, but no data will be reported for that quarter. Okay, again, case management. Let's say that, yes, I do provide case management, but I haven't offered any. I haven't offered any because I didn't have any recipients that needed it, because I don't have staff in place yet, because we were shut down, whatever it is the reason, but you do have that service under the program that you are answering. You're going to say yes. Yes, I do offer it, but I have zero data to report. Okay, so NA is going to be interpreted as this service, this program, this question is not applicable to my agency. We do not do this. Okay, and yes, with zero data is yes, I do offer this data, but I have no data to report to you. And obviously, if you do yes and you have data to report, then you'll do yes, data to report. When should I mark no for a service? An agency should mark no under a program that they are expected or have comprised to provide. Oh, never. I think I gotta walk this back. Gotta take this back. No, so you're going to do a no. You're going to do a no when you are required, or your promise or your scope of work indicates that you are going to offer case management, but you haven't done it because of whatever reason. Okay, so let's say that my agency said we were going to provide respite. Okay, so I said in my scope of work, I'm going to do respite, and I do have the respite program, but I'm hiring. I'm in the process of hiring a respite coordinator. So I haven't offered it, but I do have a program and I will be offering it. It's just this quarter I have no data for you, but it's a service that I do offer. So an agency should mark no under a program that they are expected or have compromised to provide. However, they're facing a delay for whatever reason. Some agencies are constantly working to provide additional services, but face difficulties during a quarter, such as staffing issues, waiting for staff training, or working on program logistics. GMU will interpret a no response as the agency is supposed to provide a service, but has not been able to do it due to a barrier or an issue. This information is helpful to GMU in case the agency needs technical assistance from our unit. So I expect no's, especially after talking to some agencies that are having issues with staffing. A no, and obviously a zero data report, because they're working on that barrier. A yes is going to be marked with data. I know we had some questions on this section. Let me see. Does anybody have a question before I move on to the next report?
Yeah, Yara, this is Ann at Boys and Girls Club. I wrote it in the chat, but I was wondering if our CTF funding also includes case management. Do we include those numbers on this report as well?
No, that would be double counting, and it's two different funding sources. So the
Okay.
CTF and CBCAP training will be hosted tomorrow, and that goes on a different report. This is solely and only for Title 4B2 recipients. Any program that you are offering under Title 4B2, you need to report those numbers under this report. If any clients that you're servicing under CBCAP, they have to go on our CBCAP report. They cannot duplicate.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Yarsa. This is Jennifer from Ronwood.
Hi.
Hi. So I was wondering, under the case management, it looks like you have like FP, FS services, adoption services. So since my agency only offers FP and FS, under the numbers for adoption, case management, and like family reunification, should I put NA rather than 0 so that you know that our agency doesn't provide that, which is why we don't have data?
Yes, go ahead and do that. That'll be more specific usually, because you guys would save me time, because I would have to go back to the beginning and be like, okay, so these ones are not applicable.
Scope of work. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, I just wanted
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jackie, there's a question on the chat. Why would we say NA instead of a no? Because a no would indicate that you do have a service that you're going to provide, but you are having difficulties achieve that program or kind of finalize the program. And that's when we come in and we say, okay, so Q1 didn't happen. What is going on? I know you want to provide respite, and you can say, well, I'm having, hiring issues, or you know what, I can't find a training, or I can't find, then we can say, oh, we can refer you here, respite trainings here. We want to be able to know that NA is no, you don't offer it. And no is, yes, I want to do this. I'm stuck in something. There's an issue, and we need to know that. Does that make sense? Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Let's go here. Okay, the Unity report. Like I mentioned, the Unity report, it's going to be mandatory and it's required. Okay, as indicated in the program, in the NOFO for Title 4B2 services are to only be provided for families in the child welfare system. Family Support Service is the only program that can accept referrals from partners and sister agencies to prevent entering the child welfare system. However, a referral number is still required. Okay, I attached this to our meeting today. You all have this. Okay, I need you to put your agency here. You can do happy agency. Okay, and then your grant numbers. You're going to do your grant numbers here. This is Q1. It is just an example, okay? So you are going to say my referral number is this. This is the referral I got, and you can say referral from Washoe County Health and Services, okay? And or crack right here. You have it right here, and you can download it. I only have the 3 agencies for you to check, because those are the 3 agencies that are child welfare agencies in our state, okay? Family Support Services, which I'm missing an S here. Oh, capital S. Family Support Services, you can enter your sister agency, okay? Because Family Support Services is the only service that can get referrals from other agencies. Any questions? Okay. Yes, go ahead.
The DR referral, that even though that comes from like inner office at our office, we can still put it's DCFS because DCFS originally reported it or referred it to the DR department, correct?
The DR referral, if it's not an open case.
Okay.
If the DR referral, let's say the DR call or referral, translates into opening a case, then that's definitely not going to be FSS unless, or if it's FSS, you're going to say Clark County, you're going to count it as an agency referral.
Okay.
Family Support Services can take DR referrals for those cases that do not materialize in an opening a case. So let's say that you have a call, DR has a call, and my family had an issue last night. and my children seem to be not taken care of. When the night I get a call or somebody comes to my house, DR sends somebody, they identified me as no risk, there's no problems. But you still want to refer it to an FSS agency in case that we can provide assistance. You can say, well, not an issue. However, the house was not clean, the children didn't have enough clothing. Then you can send it to an agency, say, hey, you want to check on this? And then maybe an agency can go and say, hey, you know, I got your number from here. Is there anything we can do for you? Do you need clothes? Do you need help with this? Then that can go there. But if it's a case that translates into opening a case, then that is going to be considered an agency case.
Okay.
Yara,
Clear?
Yara, and again, I have another question. So if a family reached out to register for the program and said that they were referred by their case manager at Human Services Agency, how do I reach out to the family to get their caseworker's number, to get a referral number? Because they told me they were referred, but I don't have that direct referral from HSA.
Okay, that is an amazing question. Amazing question. Okay, the ultimate goal for Title 4B2 is that we are connected with the child welfare agencies. Okay, so yes, you have a client that comes in and says, yes, I do have an open case, and they told me to come get parenting classes. Now, what are the odds that the case manager at the child welfare agency knows that this parent actually went and got parenting classes? If they could know, they may not know. They maybe didn't, you know, we don't know. So you as a service provider, you have to make that connection with the case manager. So if the case manager is not reaching out to you to say, which they probably are not, reaching out to you to say, hey, you know, I sent you Yara over to get parenting classes, did she enroll? They're not doing that. So you're gonna try to find out who the manager is, who the caseworker is. And if the family's there, you're gonna say, hey, let's talk to your case manager so that they know that she is complying with that requirement. And if the case manager also tells you something, with her permission, of course, tells you something that she might need, you might be able to help her with more than just parenting classes. You may be able to help her with other services your agency provides. So yes, please, we need to work on making that connection with the child welfare agencies, as well as the agencies, child welfare agencies need to be reaching out to you. So we will have this conversation with the child welfare agencies as well. They will get your list. They will get your contact information for your agency so that they also use you guys as partners in this process. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I have the parents here actively tonight, so I'll just get their case manager's contact info, I guess.
Yes, if you can, and you know, shoot them an email and make sure you save that email, you know, as part of your records for Title 4B2. Because you are making the contact, and that's really our goal. Our goal is that they have you guys' numbers on speed dial to call and say, hey, I have Yara here. Are you still offering parenting classes in Spanish? Can I send her your way? And you guys are working one-on-one. There's a question that says, so you're asking us to get the referral number that's inside of Unity on the reporting or our own referral number for when the child welfare agency refers to organization. Yes, I am asking for a referral number. So if you get a referral number, some agencies have a formal referral process. They have a form. So we are making sure that if you agency gets my referral and you are offering services paid under Title 4B2 and I'm in the system, when you report my data, you're going to say this number, you're not giving me names. So this is my case number. And you're going to say, I was referred by Clark County and I serviced her under Title 4B2. If it's not a Unity number that you get, if it's a different referral number, internal referral number the agency uses, I need that internal referral number and I need to know who referred that person. So then I can reach out and say, you are using this number. Does this materialize? Is this, how do I tie this to a Unity number? Every child, every family that's in the system has to be tied to Unity, however it is. And agencies do it different ways. So that's why we're not limiting it to Unity case numbers, because some agencies use their internal numbers. Does that make sense, Tim?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Anybody else has any questions?
Hi, Yara. I have a quick question. This is Jenna with Lyon County Human Services.
Hi, Jenna.
So we're using family support services, and we'll get those referrals from those sister agencies that don't have the unity number. So would we use like our internal referral number for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Family Support Services, again, guys, is the only program that we have allowed for families to be referred without necessarily being in the system. Why do we do that? Because even though this funding is designed for families in the system, if we don't provide immediate assistance to those who are borderline being called in or borderline being separated, but don't have an open case, we want to be able to catch those in a system right away. Okay, and that happens a lot. It happens a lot. A little bit of where we got this not idea, but this new practice is we are doing a prevention assessment statewide. It should be done beginning of next year. We did surveys to parents. We met with parents. We did all kinds of meetings with parents, and they said, if I had the information and the help that I have now, I would have done things differently. And some of those parents are facing real hard situations. Their kids have been separated and they're not going to be reunited anytime soon. They said if I would have had help, I would not be homeless, and then my kids would not have been removed because so we have to listen to what the parents are telling us. We have to listen to what we are seeing out in our communities, and you guys know this better than us. So if you see somebody who is at a risk of any danger with their kids, and I mean, putting their kids in a situation where they can be separated, they can enter the system and we want to prevent that. So Family Support Services is the only service that will allow you to do that. Any questions? Okay, I'll keep going. So this is the report, and the report can be found also on our website. So this is in short, this is all on the NOFO. So you guys applied for this funding. Your agency should have this information. Family support system services. These are the priorities of recipients or a priority target. Okay, so you can get referrals from DR as long as they do not materialize in an open case. Any juvenile reports, any school referrals, maybe a doctor calls you and tells you, we need this to be documented on a report. So if you get a call from a doctor, you can say, doctor referred, blah, 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 due to this reason. You don't need to provide me with names. I don't need names. I don't need any identifying information. Please do not provide any identifying information. But I do need the reasons of referrals. Family preservation. This is all on your NOFO too. Okay. Here's the target population, and it says these are mandatory referral unity numbers. You can take a look at this slide. Same thing with the reunifications, mandatory. And obviously adoption and promotion, they have to be in the system. The children that are trying to be adopted out are in the system, so there's no way out. We don't do private. We're not a private agency that just, connects you to kids that are not in the system. This is to try to get our children an opportunity for a better life through adoption. Okay, and this is our contact information. Kelsey is our chief. I am the social service program specialist. Michael Guerra is your grant project analyst. He handles your payments and some program information. And John also does payments. If you guys have any questions. Do we have any questions on this report? And I am sorry that I can't show you the report. I don't have it. No, I can't show you the report because the system is down, but it is much simpler. It is way much simpler. I have case management,
I have
FSS.
demonstrate need for intervention and have.
No, I have a case management, and then I have all programs, all 4 programs. So you either yes, no, NA 000, and that's just one. So it's way shorter. I'm asking less things than last time. So I do expect you to be more happy this year because I am trying to like simplify things.
Thank you.
Did you say that those reports are open now, Yara?
They should be as soon as our system is up. I will send out an email when it's up. I will say, hey, these are up, so that you guys can play with it, look at it. Let me know if it's not as simple. Let me know. So I would reach out to IT just to make sure that when we would have an idea of them coming up.
So essentially, Seth, it's just the case management numbers, demographics, and then the reporting part with the Unity numbers.
Yes, the report has more than just case management. It has respite. It has it has all services. Yes.
Just case management for those services. That's awesome. Thank you. That is much simpler.
I don't know if I'm being clear. So let me just make sure that you're not mad at me when you see it. Maybe my simplicity is not so simple. Okay, so you see here how we have, oh, where's my case management? Oh, it was up here.
Right.
Okay,
it's case management, but for all like family preservation, but it's just that it's no more of the parenting and how many classes did you provide and
it is. You will have a parenting section, but it only says how many families, and I think I don't have like how many classes in October. No.
That's what I was asking. Okay.
No. You will have each section, but it's just like boom, give me families, boom, 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 boom in the corner. Like don't break it down. I don't care. You're doing a great job. Yes. Sorry. I'm sorry for. I don't know.
That's all I was asking. I was like, so it's just basically case management services, no more of all the extra stuff. That's great.
Yes, no, you guys, yes, you guys. I was talking to Kelsey and she would come in to me and I'm like, no, you don't know what data we're gonna get. And then they kind of stepped away and I'm like, what the am I doing? Like I am asking for your DNA. It was bad. It was bad. I take that back.
It's okay. No, thank you. I was just clarifying. That's
no.
Because I'm leaving this position, I'm training somebody else on it. So I just want to make sure I'm clear so I can make sure they're clear.
They can always reach out to me. I can meet her in the office. I can work with her, whatever it is that you need me to do. I'm here.
Thank you, Seth. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anybody else has any questions? No? Okay. Well, thank you everybody for your time. And if you are receiving CTF and CBCAP, I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. All right, bye.